Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick, our presentation of Homeland. Well, not the actual show, our recap of the show.
A reenactment of Homeland.
Homeland is on Showtime, right? We finally have a full crew here. Ben Mankiewicz, Brett Erlich, Alonso Duralde, Robert Abele, thank you for Abele, sorry, right? Abele. Thanks for being here. A critic for LA Weekly and others, right?
I write movie reviews for the LA Times, and I've written TV before for the LA Weekly, yeah.
That's fantastic. So, welcome. So we've raised the bar by bringing you in. And we got to
can't write it all.
And we got to do 2 episodes because the Turk studio was moving last week, so we didn't get to do an episode. I can't pronounce the first one, but neither can you.
No, I want to say Gerontion, but
Gerontion,
it could be Gerontian.
Could be Gerontian.
I like Gerontian for some reason.
It sounds better.
Yeah, it rolls better.
And then this most recent episode was
a Red Wheelbarrow.
A Red Wheelbarrow. So a lot has happened.
Yeah.
I think these episodes were outstanding. Like
lots of spy stuff, which I knew you were.
I liked the spy stuff, and there wasn't a great deal of Brody's family.
There was none of Brody's family.
Which we don't.
Which
we
is
just,
maybe a plus.
Which
yes.
we no longer. We just don't really care about.
Do you not like the daughter? There's so many people.
See, I like the daughter.
We like the actress.
Yeah.
I think the character isn't always written as well as it could be.
I think if you hadn't known this season what happens to that family after such a huge thing happens, you know, your dad is accused of being a terrorist. You have to know emotionally what's going to go on with the family. Now, the fact that they didn't draw it out the whole season is good, but I think they're probably we're going to see them again because obviously Brody will come back.
Right.
Yeah,
we have to.
Heard the last of them.
No, we have to see again. It's clearly, you know, Brody and the daughter. We have to know what happens to the daughter. No, I like her, but I don't. I'm just not interested in the mechanics of the family. I hated her escape with the guy. I loved as Alonso and I have discussed, we loved the sex scene. Like it felt really real and real sort of teenage passion, doing crazy stuff in
like
the
an indie film.
right.
And I love the big speech to the mother, you know, about why she did it, you know, which I thought that was, and I thought, okay, great, more of this, like let's develop this character more. But then then they get to the whole escape stuff, and
I hated the I'm moving out mom thing. There's no way that mom is like, yeah, you know what you should do is leave. I understand
with
this.
this stranger.
Yeah, it's
totally.
like I don't know. Like there's at least a longer conversation with the parents of this girl.
You've already lost your husband. You don't want to lose your daughter as well. So
and the poor Chris. Like, what did the son?
son.
He loves his sister, and he's just always like.
Yeah,
years of therapy ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm going through puberty now.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna end up.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm 6 feet tall.
Right.
Hug you, and he
14
knocks his sister out because he's all arms. Anyhow.
Gangly, episode 10.
But these 2 episodes, though, these are about the other key family, which is the family of this operation going on. And I think we're now setting up what's going to happen in the second half of the season with possible rifts in that family.
Yeah, and then just the little spy things I'm super into. Like I mean, I love which was the title of episode 8. You know, I love the text. What was the text that she got?
So much depends upon.
So much depends upon, and then she finishes with the red wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And then that means the meeting is on the dummy phone, on the throwaway phone.
At the Greek Orthodox Church.
Right, at the Greek Orthodox Church. I love all the sort of little great spy things that go on, and there was a bunch of that. And I liked Dara Dahl's meeting with the lawyer, which seems unsuccessful, but was, of course, incredibly successful. That's all they wanted was just to go to, hey, casual, I'm just giving you a little heads up, get out in front of this, and the way that F. Murray Abraham sort of looks at him, assessing what's he going to do as he storms off here. Anyway, that stuff.
Martin Donovan's all cool customer, but then minutes later, like Carrie gets the text.
Gary
what's going on? You know?
Right. So that stuff is, I think, still really good. And I was down on the show like many were, I guess, through 3 or 4 episodes, but it has certainly picked up.
Yeah, I was just lost, and now I kind of have this trajectory of where we're headed. I'm not quite sure about all of it. There's still those questions about what is part of the strategy and what might not be part of the strategy. What are like things that Saul has been seeing coming all along? But at least I have this framework. Okay, we have Javadi and we're sending him to Iran, and we'll see how that goes. And now there's this weird marriage of this weird family. It's a great way to put it, of people who, just like your own family, how the hell are we related, and what the hell are we all doing here? But it all seems to make sense.
Right now, I think you're looking at Flynn and Carrie as the son and daughter about to rebel against their father Saul. I think you're setting up the situation where Saul is more of a mastermind than we have given him credit for, and I think he's feeling his oats, and and trying to bring the CIA to one last burst of glory, as he originally saw the agency probably decades ago. And but he's obviously doing things secretively that are going to probably blow back on him.
Is he messing with his wife? Like, is his reconciliation with his wife legitimate?
Yeah, it is.
Or
it's his vulnerability, because now we know this thing about the
okay, so I think it probably is his vulnerability, but I wondered whether he was hurt by her affair and the fact that she'd left him, right? Even in her return, she was still carrying on with the incredibly handsome Frenchman.
Is he vindictive?
But what I was right, was he just like, did he do all the things that he knew because he's a master manipulator? Did he do and say all the things that he knew would win her back, and then he's like, yeah, I'm going out of town for a day or two, maybe a week?
I don't think so. I think he's just not good at that.
I think there's a couple things happening. One, you've got the Iranian guy killing his wife, and they obviously go way back with Saul and his wife, and so that maybe kind of drove home the idea that the importance of the relationship to him. Second, I think he thinks that his days at the CIA are numbered. That once they install Tracy Letts, he's out, especially now that he let this asset go. So I think he's thinking, well, I got to have something to do with the rest of my life. I better make sure my marriage is still happening. So I think that's the incentive there. I mean, but who knows? You're right. He is playing his cards close to the vest. Clearly, this visit to Brody is being kept a secret from Carrie. So there's a lot of things going on that, who knows? Saul could be more devious than Duralde.
I mean, you're looking at. I think the episode was about two, like, the twin romantic vulnerabilities of Saul and Carrie. Because now you have Saul basically, wanting to reconcile with his wife, not seeing the agent, under his nose, and that is playing his wife. And then you have Carrie almost ruining the mission because she is desperate that the father of her child be exonerated. So and that almost screws up everything. And you have these two things that are played out. I think that's why I love the show. I think the show is always, whatever's going on spy-wise, it always ties around to how it affects human beings and their own vulnerabilities.
Well, and the only reason Carrie's not getting an abortion is because it's Brody's baby.
Right.
That's sort of that one last piece of the puzzle that she feels like she has to maintain. I think under other circumstances, she'd be like, yeah, I got to work here.
Right. Can we get this at 11? I'll be able to be back at work at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound like Carrie. That's true.
I'm just glad that now when she gets nervous and throws up, it's because she's pregnant. Yeah. Because for a while it was just like, oh, I'm a highly trained operative here, and I just get nervous sometimes. It's a little too much for me.
I think it's funny that she did this. It's like most of last season, actually pregnant.
Right.
And that must have maybe probably inspired the writers. Like, why don't we just
make her pregnant?
Right.
Girls can do.
So now she's off lithium and having hormonal fireworks going on. Like, whoa, where's this going?
Also, what a great conversation she had with the doctor.
I was drinking a lot.
She's like, yeah, I was wasted and I was on lithium at the beginning of the day. And the doctor's like, okay, let's look at your test. Your iron's okay. We can fix it. Let's go back to the lithium.
French women drink through their pregnancy. Nobody cares, Look at how great Don Draper's kids look.
Yeah, I went to a screening. The last movie screening I was at was the Vince Vaughn movie, Delivery Man, and Sally Draper was there.
Really?
It was very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's in the Flowers in the Attic remake they're doing.
Oh, is that right?
Lifetime. Yeah.
That's why that's inappropriate. She looks like she belongs in a V.C. Andrews.
She'll know
adaptation.
So, do we think then that maybe the fact that she's off lithium and pregnant and hormonal would cause her to do what to me was wildly irrational and risk that entire mission that caused Quinn to actually shoot her on Duralde's
So
orders?
when that started happening, I thought she had a plan of going up to the lawyer and saying to him some great plan, some great way of articulating it that no one else in the strike team had envisioned, where she's like, I've been following you, and if it's this easy for me to follow you, you gotta not do this. Let's come up with another idea for it. But I mean, they were right. Everyone was like, let's blow their cover. And what I do respect about the show is that the guy took the shot and she
Right.
went
Oh,
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Like, Carrie, that's enough.
But a guy who might
Quinn
be
is
kind
like-
of in love with her took
Yeah.
the shot.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Sherry.
I like that about the show. That the show like just basically does the thing that you may be thinking about, but you wouldn't imagine that they would ever do, and they'll just do it.
Do we think Quinn is so good that he shot her like right shoulder so she'd spin sort of more into the car park area and not go down in the parking lot? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say yes.
Also, way to go, lawyer guy. Is like, I'm gonna kill someone, but when I hear someone go, ooh, like I'm not gonna just do that.
Right.
Look over the balcony to make sure. That
Right. I mean, this is the most stressful night of my life, but
I
yeah.
always love that, like that. You know, that's all like planned out perfectly, and she was hit, and she. But I always find it funny. Like, why does that guy like hold the gun out in the public? Why doesn't he just like go and close the door and then shoot the guy?
Right, shoot the
It's
guy,
like-
yeah. Like, suppose somebody had opened the door, right?
It's just much more dramatic.
He's
a
not
whole
a
other setup.
professional.
Yeah.
You know, he went to law
Yeah.
school. This is probably his first hit.
But then
Right,
again, you're
that's right.
thinking about it, he did do it very clinically. And I do like that they dissolved
came
some
with-
guy in a
yeah.
bathtub with acid
Okay,
is so
which we learned
go-to
in
these
Breaking
days.
Bad is just going to make the thing bust through the floor under it.
I thought that through, and I'm
Does that
like,
happen in Breaking Bad?
Yes,
Oh my God,
remember,
that was
like in the first
first season.
season, they're in that house and they
Jesse's
dump the
house?
ad. Jesse
Oh,
picks
right.
the, and it comes
Through
through
the-
the floor, and there's entrails everywhere.
I thought that. I was like, but it's a shitty hotel, so maybe it's a plastic bathtub?
That's not going to help.
Doubt it.
I don't know. I'm not buying that. But speaking of Breaking Bad, we when we were talking about the Ozymandias episode, we sort of went into the etymology of all that. So we need to mention that Gerontion is a
Yes,
T.S.
right.
Eliot poem about an old man reflecting on the world after World War I, whereas he spent most of his life in the 19th century. In the same way that it's in that episode, you've got, I always want to call him Tracy Letts. What's the senator?
Senator.
Yeah, the senator.
senator.
The senator tells Saul that he has to get rid of all of his old Cold War bullshit, you know, and but clearly that's still the whole he knows how to play the game, you know, it's still very spy versus spy in Saul's mind.
I find that the scenes with Tracy Letts are really, really well written, like particularly well written. And I mean,
wonder if
you sound,
Yeah, me just showing up and be like, I'm going to say what the fuck.
yeah,
Whatever that line
you
was.
sound like you're high.
Well, guess what the line in reality would have been, you sound like Bush and Cheney. I mean, they're,
Right,
setting up,
right.
they're setting up Saul, I think, to be like a new version of like, you know, like, of how they overreacted to 9/11.
Right.
And this is like, you know, is this Saul overreacting to the CIA, bombing at the CIA by like putting into play an operation that could just go wildly wrong?
Why?
Right, and what he did is he laid down on his desk a regime change brief.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
yeah.
that is how deep he's like, keep reading.
It's a project for a new American century,
right.
you know.
I thought that scene in William Sadler's office with Tracy Letts and Manny Patinkin was just great.
that was great.
I mean, just great. And so that's what I mean. Like, and the scene in Saul's office with F. Murray Abraham and Manny Patinkin and Tracy Letts was great too in the previous episode. Like, because you didn't know, you and I talked about, we didn't know
whose
which
side
way.
is Duralde gonna be on?
But Duralde, who's left out of this thing, all of a sudden he's like, nope, that's good spy work.
was-
Yeah, no,
I will stay
I
in
don't
the
care.
hallway while you lock him in
Yep,
the
that was good
briefing
stuff.
room.
Really, like-
I'm now with you, right?
Saul's your 2-minute drill quarterback where you're just kind of like, I hired him, I'm paying him like this salary. Just go do your job.
No, Murray Abraham had a look on his face, and they cut to him once when the whole thing was being explained. He just looked like, it was great.
That's it. That guy, and he was here, and you're saying, oh.
But that's something I
Yeah,
really
I can't be mad at you.
I can't be mad at you.
Well, that's what you respect about that character because his eyes are on the prize, you know.
Yeah.
And whereas like Tracy Letts' character, it seems to be all about pride.
course,
and
power
coming from a completely different.
he
They're the
was.
parents. I'm telling you, they're the parents. Darren and Saul and Flynn and Carrie are
Right.
the children.
But how good.
And Farah, let's not forget who we've
Well,
got.
let's
I
follow one
know.
sec, but let me just put the button on that scene because I mean, I just that when Bill Sadler, who's also just wonderful, just such a professional, knows what he's doing, and when he says to kick Tracy Letts out, he's right, Senator.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, that's just. I mean, there's not a person watching that show that was like, "Ah!"
Go to the hallway.
you out of the
Well, it's
hallway.
very shrewd of the writers too to come up with a device. I mean, it's they're very smart. They come up with a device of Saul being out in 10 days, so that's just like it's going to put a clock on the rest of the season now, which just really helps ratchet up the suspense. It's very, very smart.
Yeah, and it's kind of sort of classic business thing where you have the guy who's on his way out who's gonna like fuck shit up and do everything he always wanted to do because why not? And then you've got the new guy who's already coming in with the how am I gonna put my fingerprints on everything and show that I'm in control here by completely discarding the last guy and totally, letting everybody know there's a new sheriff in town. So I mean, this could be happening at, any sort of
this is
bank,
And what you're looking at is maybe how are they going to play it out with like the Obama administration and Iraq when it's you run on this platform of everything's going to be different, but everything that everyone in America kind of felt afterwards is that Obama got like this binder full of very scary things and was like, actually we can't change that much.
Transparency?
I get it now.
I mean, when people talk about how crazy the show gets, I always kind of feel like, don't you think that if you become president, your first day in the job, you get told about stuff that just instantly makes your hair gray, that you would never have imagined going on in a million years.
Here's what's really at Area 51.
Right. Yeah. Aliens. Yeah. Just when you thought was there. Yeah.
And then there's that part where it's like, honestly, we still can't tell you. Like, we just told you about aliens.
You'll be out of here in 4 years.
A couple things we got to touch on before we go. The scene with Farah and her dad.
Yes.
Do we like that?
Several
like that.
over the course of the two
Right,
seasons,
right, sort of. But getting to know her.
That was the only way it could work in my mind because I was tired of having yet another character who, like Carrie, like has these breakdowns when they need to have it together to get to a certain position. Like Carrie's thing is like, yes, her personality dysfunction is why she's so good and kind of paranoid and able to get to the bottom of things. And Farah, the reason that she's there is more personal and about the country. I was so frustrated when she's like, we need to put him on trial right now. It's like, how could you be at that position and still be so...
Well, she just started there.
That's
the thing. They were looking for somebody who spoke
she's
Farsi.
Not like she didn't go through serious training.
Exactly. So for her, and because obviously she still has family in Iran, her father speaks Farsi most of the time. Like she still... it's like my parents came over from Spain. I think they always felt Spanish, even though they were, my dad became a U.S. citizen. I think, so for her, this guy's crimes, not just against his own family, but against the country, really resonate with her. And she's,
It was, I guess it was reminding me that she was so new at this.
Right.
I was just, I couldn't have another person like freak out under pressure.
Well, I'm not big on speculation on shows usually, but I think it's interesting. Like you have two people who now think the same, which is Farah and the senator. So I think maybe she's upset that Javadi's been sent back. She thinks, we catch a guy, you try him, right? And she's clearly conflicted about this.
I thought she was mostly upset that she had played a role in the slaughter. Which I mean is part of it, right? But you might be right.
No, but she keeps asking, was it always the plan to send him back?
Right,
and so that's
you might see her have a scene with the senator where she goes,
right? She helps the senator, right.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying that.
And then finally, it seemed, because Saul's wife is sometimes the prettiest woman I've ever seen, and then other times isn't. And then this guy is so handsome and dashing, and then it turns. So what's he do? He's not just spying. He's not just into her because he likes her.
He planted a bug in the house.
Right. So who's he working for?
Well, he's working for somebody, but I think the speculation is that he's working for
Iran.
For Iran, but we just don't know what the deal is.
Very intriguing.
Or maybe he's just a stalker.
Right. No way. No way. All right. It's good stuff.
And then also the final reveal at the end of the episode where Saul is going.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Saul arrives at the Tower of David.
Right. I mean, I like it when Brody's not in it. I'm very worried about bringing Brody back to. As it was,
he's going to be hopped up on heroin next episode. He's not going to be talking.
Right, but I mean, you were a hero once. Be the hero you can be, or whatever the line was. He said to him, I'm afraid of that. I like the idea that Brody is out of the picture, and if he's signed on to some other show, I don't mind the fact that he. Maybe he's going to meet his maker at the end.
And if anybody knows the Old Testament enough to explain why Saul arriving at the Tower of David is a thing, or if it's a thing at all, we can talk about that next week.
My favorite line in the show is is when Saul, she's been shot, she's lying in this, in the Breaking Bad van, as they're speeding toward a hospital, and she pulls Quinn toward her. And because she's been shot, you think she wants to make sure to mention to Quinn so that they tell the doctors. I thought she's going to say, I'm pregnant. And she says, where the fuck is Saul? And I thought that was good.
But people will find out she's pregnant. I think by the sheer fact that she's going to a hospital,
right?
It'll get out that she's pregnant.
She'll mention it. Yes.
It'll get out that she's pregnant.
All right, guys. Thanks. Look forward to next week. Thanks, everybody.